if you don't have systems in place on how something gonna roll,
dead.
Boy, you're dead in the water.
You're dead. You're dead.
So fortunately, you know, we started early with getting some systems in place. But like even once sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't have in place until people start asking for it, and then it's like, God dang. The questions don't never stop, but it's like, okay, well, this is what I got to make a training manual on. So
that's part of business, though, cuz.
Definitely is.
Constantly adjusting, constantly doing your thing.
Yeah.
Constantly, you know, especially in the world you in.
Yeah. Cause it's but you know, we like constantly moving. You know, like you probably see us doing like a lot of stuff like with the weight loss and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, you know,
like another product.
It is. You know, we tried and true to chiropractic because that's what we want to preach. But you know,
sure.
Sometimes people don't want to. Not everybody want to talk about getting their spine adjusted.
Right.
You know, like we love it. We be passionate about it. You need to get your spine adjusted. Man, it's gonna change your life. And they'll be like, man, shut up. I just want my neck cracked real quick. So, you know.
Look, I don't think, you know what I mean? Like you said, having multiple little things to talk about. If somebody came and asked you, where can I go for something else? It's always good to have your answer in your house versus outside the crib.
Absolutely.
So if somebody like, hey bro, I know y'all do the working out and stuff, but I know you adjust, but how can I get in shape?
Right.
You got an avenue to go down and tell a nigga like what to do, bro.
Got to.
You gotta have it. Just having that extra piece of knowledge or that extra piece of stuff is like, all right.
Yeah. So
we versatile.
Exactly. And that's really what it is. We always telling people you gotta eat healthy, and we know that their back pain gonna get better when they start losing some weight.
Sure.
Why send them somewhere where they just gonna be able to take medication, and if that's not the route that we want them to go, we can't knock that route unless we got a better route that we offer them. So that's really kind of where that came about, man.
Something that we understand that this is a moment, and we're gonna capture this moment. Not only capture, we're gonna magnify.
People to really take their health seriously.
I don't know where you at about it, right? People have to fight so hard for that.
Like we got people, we constantly burying people, and they saying going too soon. But the unfortunate truth is, some of them been living on borrowed time the way they've been living. So it's unfortunate, and it's like this is what we trying to prevent, man. Like, you know, going too soon.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And then, but why? That's the biggest thing, right? So you look at like what we do after funerals.
Go eat.
Right. Go eat.
Go eat.
Not too much salad.
No, I don't remember salad.
I don't think I ever, maybe once.
Maybe.
But you know, it's like.
And it was a little side something that they had next to the chicken, cuz.
And that's the thing, right? So, you know, these are all the tough conversations that sometimes people don't want to have. People get upset when you start talking about it, but it's like, let's not go repeat the same thing that contributed to us having to put this person in the ground too soon. So, I mean, bro, these are the things that
amongst our community it's tough.
Yeah, man.
But traditionally, it's just been going down the line the same way. And they go through, like you said, with our eating habits.
Yeah.
Go through with who we working for habits. And they go for the, you know what I'm saying, like who we gotta, where we buying stuff from. Hey, it's just a lot of stuff we do that it's just fed to us, and we think it's like the norm.
It is. And then when you come and be saying something different.
Oh yeah.
We think he Yeah. Thanks.
Somebody's actually been doing it.
It's like, man, listen, I care about you. I promise I care about you. But man, our cultures, you know, I'm talking about the black culture specifically, like, you know, I'm always talking about chitlins. You know, I'm constantly telling people, don't be eating chitlins. That's just an example of some of the death that we've been eating that we call soul food. Like, man, it's not soul food. Yeah, it's soul. It's gonna turn you into a soul real quick, man. But you know,
I ain't doing no chitlins, though.
No, I can't do no chitlins, dog.
I can't do it at all, bro. I'm talking about before I was thinking about being health conscious.
Yeah.
I just went on it.
Can't do it, man. I remember one time I was in high school, and my homeboy, I was at his house, and his auntie lived close by, and he was like, yeah, man, my auntie, I'm gonna lift my head up. My auntie having a little get together, man, come on, get you a plate. I'm like, bet, for sure. I go over there, first thing I step in the house, and I'm like, hold up now. Hold up.
Somebody farted in there. Somebody done put
together. Somebody bowels moving in this thing, right? So So that's the first thing. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what this is. Cause I didn't know what chitlins was.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, you gotta try something. You got some chitlins in here. So I'm like, oh okay, I'm finna try a new food. I didn't know that's what was stink.
So you didn't even know what they was up until
I didn't know what they were, bro. So it's like my parents didn't grow up like eating super healthy and stuff, but like I was never introduced to chitlin. That was my first time even knowing that a chitlin existed. Bro, what is a chitlin? They had it on the rice. I looked, I'm like, oh, there's some squirmy looking little, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay.
worm back, but
Bro, I put it on the fork. You know how you like when you inhaling, you can taste it before it get there.
Yeah.
I got about right here. I can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like,
some people will tell you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do it just based on what you own. It's like, man, put you some hot sauce and some more salt.
Yeah.
Man, put you some more this on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
put you some high blood pressure on there. Yeah.
It's how they clean it. Like, nigga,
Or if they clean it good, you ain't supposed to smell
I ain't
nothing.
got time for none of that,
Man,
bro.
any food I gotta put bleach on before I eat it, I'm not supposed to be eating,
not a
man.
thing for me, bro.
Yeah, dog.
That's not a thing for me.
I can't believe that we in 2025 and people still eat chitlins. Like, how has that not been like outlawed?
Ex-nade and
on,
that's
man.
supposed to be vetoed in the government somehow.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Trump need to put some tariffs on them. Tariffs on the shit. Please do something useful with them tariffs. Yeah, right now.
Boy, I can't get caught on the other side
Dog.
of the line right now. Can't get caught on the other side of
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. We was planning to go to Niagara Falls. Cause we was gonna go on the Canadian side.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what?
Just hang out at the crib for
Yeah, man. Cause people, we not too high up on everybody's list right now. My favorite people that have visiting their country.
Hey, look, but don't it suck though, bro? Because if you have visited these places sometimes, it's like, ain't nobody disrespecting nobody black.
No.
Ain't nobody pulling up like, hey, these people is like,
Yeah.
who is this? It's like, bro,
It's here.
I'm tired of going off of what they sold other people about African Americans or Black Americans.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
no, nigga, come get a real taste of what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause some real scholars, some real people, bro. It's like, I think we the most grounded group of people there are.
Agreed. And I think that's why. I mean, that's why we've been hated so much. It's like we the original.
Facts.
You know. So. Shit.
I can imagine everybody wish they had a LeBron James.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Jordan. They wish they had that type of stuff.
Bro, I saw a thing on social media the other day, and it was actually a white dude who was doing it. He was saying, like, you know, since Black history gone, he just started running off all of the inventions from Black people.
If it wasn't us,
bro, it's like we getting rid of. I would be okay with getting rid of African American history if we just started calling it what it was. This is American history.
Yeah, for sure.
We are American history. Ain't no American history without us.
No, none of this goes down.
None of it, man.
That's why you gotta go for what you going for, bro.
Yeah.
You're to be admired, bro.
Hey, man.
Coming from what we come from,
Dog.
that's a different conversation.
It is.
You want to talk lace and this and here and where we at with. We go stay away from it. But you don't get admired, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas talk about the treasures that you hold, bro. Everybody should be looking towards something like that, bro. There should be more people want to be like you, bro.
Man, I appreciate that, bro, but like I would be lying if I said I ever look at it that way. I don't look at it that way, man. Like I look at it as like doing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, right? And this is what I was called to do. And so, but it's just like I don't look at it as like
Brian say he's still playing, and so it's hard for him to say his career and talk about the greats and the goats and the one name guys. It's like, yeah, but I'm still hooping, bro. It's like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know,
I'm
and
still hooping.
I think the moment you start looking at it that way as yourself, you lose sight of what you're really supposed to be doing, because now you're starting to feel yourself. And at the end of the day, it's like it's always more to be done. It's always more. So I appreciate that coming from the outside in, but like the moment I start feeling that about myself or something, it's just like, bruh.
No, I got it.
You know, this is something that we was talking about my hair earlier, right? Like this is something that I had to think when I start going back to the schools, because since I've grown my hair, I've been so busy. I haven't done like that much like career days and stuff. I got invited to one coming up soon, and I remember people always be like, you know, tell them they need to cut them dreads off and stuff like that. So it's like now I'm finna be going back with them in my head. So what am I gonna say to these kids when they're like, okay, well, you got it, but one of the things that I'm gonna say is you gotta know that if you're gonna make a decision to do something like that or whatever it is, whether it's your hair, whether you wanna have gold teeth, like you gotta live by that, and you gotta be willing to accept the good and the bad that's gonna come with it. And if you're not in a position to call your own shots, you better do what your ass need to do until you get there. For sure. You know, because sometimes people will be like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, but then you get mad because buddy won't hire you. He's not obligated to hire you. So, but it's a slippery slope, man.
Like, what would you consider like a time where you saw Joe, be Joe.
Yeah.
Don't be the, you know, the scholar that left UF, the guy that did this, that with these accolades. Like, how do I keep me? How I keep my roots where I'm from, but still function amongst the
Man, I can't say it was one moment to where it was just like a light bulb. I think it just started happening slowly where, like, I remember my dad told me one time, he was like, man, the older you get, the less you start giving a damn about stuff, you know, or what people say or think, you know. So I feel like it was kind of like a slower evolution. So, you know, when I mentioned, like, okay, the 26-year-old Joe, I might not have had the courage. I might not have had the, you know, 26-year-old me might not have been courageous enough to do some of the things that I might do now. So when did it happen? I would say it was a slow evolution. But when it comes to growing my hair, though, specifically, that was one of those points of that evolution to where I was just like, you know, I've been growing my hair for what, like, not quite 2 years yet, but almost. But I'm like, I'm in my late 30s. My hair will still grow.
Absolutely.
That in itself was a reason for me to just be like, nigga,
go ahead on.
Yo, like, it's a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? Whoever don't like it,
you gotta help them. You know what I mean?
Hey man, like, do you? I would say as that's coming along of, like, you know, becoming more confident and comfortable in who you are, but also just knowing that we only get to live like one time. One time, bro. And I mean, shit, I ain't 40 yet. I'm about to be 40, but it's like,
just in a month or so.
Yeah. May. The thought of being 40, bro. Like, you talk about.
I think about it.
Dog, when you talk about lakes and sun coast, like, in my mind, I might be like mid-20s.
I'm young.
Straight up. I'm like 24. I'm talking about between 24 and 27 right now.
Yeah.
No, nah, nigga, you're about to be 40.
About to be 40. You're 40.
Yeah, 40.
You're 40. And then on top of that, it's like, ain't nobody buying that in 40 years old. If it do, it's super valuable.
Yeah.
If you buy something that's brand new to you and it's that old, it's very, very valuable. It's gonna come with something.
It is. It is.
So it ain't like when you get there, because we know a lot of people that haven't got here. We're sitting in the class right across from us, right next to us.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
So it's truly a blessing, bro.
It is, man. To still be here and to be alive, be healthy, man, please, bro. I don't take that for granted, not one bit, man. Like during COVID, you know, seeing people tap out. I seen, you know, some people, some classmates from Lakes, some of them younger than me.
Yep.
You know, seeing on Facebook like they gone, it's like, what?
Yep.
You know, even outside of the professional arena, it's just like you get to live life one time.
Once.
You got to do you, man. You got to do you. Ain't no reset buttons. Ain't no, nah, I ain't ready yet.
Nope. Hey, look, one thing I do always thank God for is waking up on this side of the thought process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like I could have easily, somewhere along the way, lost my mind, lost my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At worst, so it's some covering over us some kind of way, bro. And I don't think like we should necessarily be second guessing our thought process. Because it should be coming from a good place. God got to have you here for some reason to feed into somebody else.
Yeah. Got to.
So
and having that, knowing your purpose, I heard this one thing where it was like the two most important days of your life is one, the day you were born, and the second is the day you discover why. And when I thought about that, it's like the thought that some people don't ever get that second one. They just go through living and they never like really be like, okay, this what God put me here to do. Like this what I'm here for. It's my purpose. And to give you a reason to wake up. So it's just like, bro, it's a lot to be thankful for. But it's about exposure too, man.
Because we're at a time with information overload, bro. So exposure is really, that's that proximity and being in places. But right now, people, I think, know that pretty much anything possible.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff's possible right now. And you know that there's some places to get. And how you get to them, your exposure sure enough can get you to them faster. But at the same time, or like I'm saying, you literally got to have that area of, you know, you ain't nobody stupid no more.
Right.
It's hard to be stupid today.
I agree wholeheartly, right?
It's hard to be stupid, Joe.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for just one moment on that. 'Cause I agree 100%, right? But when you think about it, just think about the algorithm. The algorithm gonna feed you what you looking for, right? If you don't expose yourself to more, like, I think a lot of people get all of their news from social media.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to say, like, it's hard for somebody to be stupid.
Bro, if you look at somebody's algorithm, or if you look at their timeline,
it's what they've been on.
some people's algorithm is dumb as hell, bro, because like that's all they looking for. You know what I'm saying? Some people just look at freaking cats doing stupid shit on social media, and that's what our algorithm gonna be like. That's what you want, and they're gonna get an overload of that. So I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but I'm saying that like unless you looking for something else, you looking to get outside of that, you can stay trapped right in that, and that be your whole world. Bro, I have a conversation with some people sometimes, and it's just like, what?
Right. Right.
and it's not even nothing other than just like, but that's what they constantly exposing themselves to.
It's gonna be hard to play dumb.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because like, you
Absolutely.
can't say that you can't get this information now.
Because you can find it. So
Anything's there.
I don't think you got to retract anything. I think that what you say, everything you said is completely valid. I'm just adding that caveat there to it to say that, like, unless they're looking for it, because like you can find it if you look for it.
That's right.
But if you don't even get your mind to a place where you look for something else, then you can stay stuck right and stupid. And that, and that's why I feel like that exposure to more people that look like you, more people that are doing the things that you want to do. Reading books, man. I think that reading books. There's no excuse to be dumb now because you got Audible.
Right.
You ain't even got to read it, man. You can listen to it.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're right. Yeah, like you're right. I'm proving your point. Don't retract it now because you absolutely right.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me, bro. Because
Yeah.
we get into a lot of times where it's like, no, dog, like,
Yeah. Whatever you want to know, it's a book. Somebody wrote a book about it.
that's it, bro.
Yeah. Dang, tickle my nose. Got me crying in a bit.
Well, I got deep. Baby, got deep.
Yeah, got me crying in this thing.
Got me crying.
Oh man.
Real though, dog.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, some situations worth it. Hold on. And I'm gonna ask you, as soon as I'm done with your mustache, I'm gonna ask you something serious, though. What do you think about therapists? Like, what's your view on us, particularly?
Yeah. Men.
Me, us.
Yeah.
You married to a black woman, I'm married to a black woman.
Yeah.
I understand y'all.
Right.
What about us?
Man, that's a loaded question, bro. That's a loaded question. I think that we've been trained to shy away from therapy. I think that we've been trained to be like, men don't cry, men don't do this, men don't do that. And I was raised by a real nigga. Like, best man I know. You know,
Yeah.
And I came up, you know, with uncles around, you know, and like my older cousins. So we was like on that real tough macho. So it took a while for me to even open up to that. Now, how have I seen a therapist before? Marriage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Marriage stuff, but on my own, I never have. But to answer your question, what do I think about it? I think that it should be entertained a lot more than it is. I think it should be entertained a lot more than it is because if you need help, you need to get help.
Facts.
Whatever that help look like. And I don't think that somebody should shy away from getting the help that they need because of what society said it looked like. Black men who are therapists. He was kind of hitting on all of those points, but he also talked about kids that are being exposed to, yeah. And
At an earlier age.
At an earlier age, man. And then too, it's like they being raised by people who need therapy.
Right.
But at the same time, I know that there's a benefit to it.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I do feel like it's cool for you to let somebody hear your mind. And I think, like you say, we've always only heard therapy associated with when it's time to get married. A therapist ain't really like the person I thought in my mind was like somebody I want to go tell everything to.
No.
See what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that was the beauty in having friendships and relationships and stuff like that. Growing those things, so you had it. I think you just have to understand what therapy is for the individual.
Agreed.
Yours might be working out. Mine might be playing the piano. So I think people just need to tap in more to like self.
Agreed 100%.
And talking about that ain't necessarily it. Because what if a person never had nobody growing up? You could never go to your mama with stuff. Growing up, you can never go to your daddy with stuff. And that's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to go say this to somebody, and that's supposed to make me feel better. I didn't grow up like that. I coped with it by going to play that piano. I coped with it by doing this or that or the third.
Right. I wholeheartedly agree. My thoughts on it is this, right? Like you hit on working out.
Yeah.
Working out and training my body is my therapy, right? But while I'm working out and training my body, 9 times out of 10, I'll say 8 times out of 10, 'cause sometimes I'm writing my raps. But 8 times out of 10, I'm listening to a book.
Feeding your mind.
And that's my therapy. You know what I'm saying? So as far as a therapist, I don't think that just sitting and telling somebody your problem is going to fix you.
No.
But for the person who is not going to be self-driven to be able to find a solution on their own, they might actually need that therapist to give them that push in the right direction to get themselves right. Whatever it takes,
Get that done.
just get it done. And that's my thoughts on it, you know. So you say the piano is yours.
Yeah, could be one of them. You know what I mean? It's just
right.
like you say, you got a couple different things that you do to keep your mind kind of free. I just don't think everybody's version of therapy is the same.
Oh, nah.
That's kind of what I mean, bro.
Okay.
Like how I think people, you should go sit and talk to somebody. I don't think that's what you're supposed to say to nobody.
Nah.
Because I think for somebody else, if that's what works for you, that's what worked for you.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people getting emotional and crying on camera. It's like, bro, when I'm crying, I don't think to go grab a camera.
That's what social media has done to us so bad.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I'm crying. Oh, this gonna be good content.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, what, nigga?
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
What, Tyrese?
Cut that shit out, man. Please.
Man.
Yeah. Like, people are looking for sympathy. They're looking for validation. And I mean, those are things from within, you know, but to each his own.
Right.
You know, I'm just more and more feeling of like, this is your life.
Yeah.
So every individual, it's your life.
I never struggled with like expressing myself, and I believe that may be for the people that struggle expressing themselves.
Mm-hmm. You talk about me, but like, bro, what you doing? On the scale of what you doing, it. Who else from where we come from doing what you doing?
Yeah. And
It's not me. If I could think of any, I don't mention names.
and you said it, but the moment you said, "Hey, yeah, nigga, this the level I'm doing it at," it's like it's dead now because you're not fully functioning amongst what you think you're doing now.
Right.
I'm literally just working as hard as I can towards what I feel like it should look like.
Exactly.
The least it should at least look like this.
Yeah. I'm listening to this book for the second time by Tim Grover, Winning.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking about just like what it takes to win. And what it takes to win is so much more than what people realize. And it's like, what does winning mean to each individual? And you talk about like Kobe and Jordan and like, you know, the mindset that they had is different. Like, people want to run around and talk about, oh, mama mentality, but it's like,
What he actually did.
what you have to go through to be at that level, most people would never know. But it's just like winning on the level that you want to win on, that you do win on, like, this shit is hard.
Yes.
So it's like, you got time to be feeling yourself?
Talk about like
You ain't as hot as you think you are.
right.
But it's like, because I grew up in a household with parents that I had,
Right.
that's so far from even a thought of it being a possibility. Like, that's nigga, what?
I couldn't even.
That's not even an option. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? We think about that exposure. It's like, that's why kids need mentors. That's why they need to be able to see a Dr. Joe Taylor. You know what I'm saying? A Klassix. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, they gotta see that, bro, because they gotta know what's possible. But with all that said, being an entrepreneur,
It's a different vibe.
it ain't for everybody, man.
No.
It's not, you know. And I think that I was watching Black Wall Street on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've heard about Black Wall Street before, but I didn't really go into look at it in that detail. But man, like, bro, we was thriving.
But it didn't feel dirty in Tulsa, bro.
Man, you know. But just looking at how when they were forced into that little city,
Right.
and it was like, okay, we're not gonna ask you for nothing. We just gonna do what we do. And they saw it was like, shit. They doing this shit without. We don't like that. So when we think about how we fought so much to be integrated,
Was it ever such a bad idea? I always jump on stuff like that.
yeah.
I'm always jumping on, and not to be, you know, like I'm gonna be just different, just to be different. I'm on something like everybody live in my house black, and I started the crib first. Oh, let me go and do this type of thing. It's like, no, segregation kind of made you say like, hey, I want to either stay with, you know what I'm saying, who I'm with, or force feed myself some stuff, because they still gonna act the same way regardless. It's tough, bro. It's tough.
It is, man. Like, when you think about the fact that, you know, we weren't being treated equal, we weren't given the same opportunity. I can see why initially it's like, hey, we want to have the same opportunity. But when you look at something like, you know, what they was doing in Tulsa, it's like they weren't bothering nobody and they was killing it.
Yeah.
They was killing it, working together and doing. But it's like, how can we get back to that? And I feel like we've gotten so far away from that to people scared to. That's the biggest thing. I think people just scared.
Yeah.
I think about like the Kaepernick situation, bro.
Lord Jesus.
That was a time where I did the boycott thing, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna boycott NFL. I still haven't got back to watching the NFL the way I used to, because I was like a year or two.
Yeah.
I just went like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. Whatever.
I was on the same thing.
But when you look at how that whole thing played out. It's like it's both sides of the fence, right? You got the people who made a decision, be like, man, I fought my whole life to get here. I ain't finna throw it away because of X, Y, Z, right? They got valid points too, and I think their valid point is, if the rest of you niggas ain't finna do it with me,
what's the point of doing it?
I'ma just sacrifice myself, and y'all gonna be like, but it's like that's where there's power in numbers, because if we could have came together, and that's with anything, right? If you could come together, then you could really make an impact. But the fact of the matter is, like, not everybody's willing to. So you got a couple people who say, yeah, man, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna take a knee.
Okay, why we in brownie point mode?
Yeah.
Hey, I can't do nothing without mine.
Oh no.
I can't do nothing without mine.
No, dog.
I can't do nothing without my wife.
Dog.
Joe.
Dog.
If it wasn't for her, alright.
Real talk, man.
I don't know if I'd be as responsible, Joe.
Listen, man.
I don't know if I'd be the guy I am now without the black woman, Joe.
Yeah. He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
1822. Yeah. You know it.
Yeah. Right.
Grew up with that.
Right. But like, what does that look like? What does a good woman look like? What does a good wife look like? Dog, man. I see what some people be going through. Boy, it make you appreciate what you got, boy.
1000%.
Hey, man.
I'm telling you. I can have a million of these conversations a day, and when I get something out of the whole thing,
Yeah.
or just a few things, it's like, I never thought about that like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got 2 books and everything to read about this one. I got 2 books and all to read about that, bro, but I wouldn't expect that from nobody, nothing less from you, bro. Because again, if I'm looking around my peer group or age bracket,
Yeah.
you one of the guys, bro, that I'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
if I had to send my kids to anybody's house,
Yeah.
they gonna know something over there at Taylor, man. I appreciate that.
And you know what other thing they gonna do, boy? They gonna eat healthy.
You hear me?
God damn it, they ain't eat none of that McDonald's and Burger King. They ain't eat none of that.
I know that. They was a vibe at the Taylor.
Oh man, yeah, dog. But
Always.
it's always a pleasure, man. Bro, always a pleasure, bro. I gotta make more time to get over. I ain't got as much help for you to cut no more, but
Yeah, look, you know
hey, I know you gonna get me right with a little bit I do need cut right now.
one thing for sure, I don't need to sharpen my sword every day.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Iron sharpens iron, cause it's gonna stay there. So whenever you do come around, I know we gonna
Right about
feed
that.
into it, bro.
Likewise, bro.
Oh, come on now.
Hey,
Come on, dog.
Man, look here. My wife was calling me just now. She said help us. She really gonna be calling me. No, man, I appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First and foremost, let's start by saying thank y'all for watching this video. Thank y'all for locking in with me. Thank you thus far for all the people that's been coming through. All my subscribers, all the new subscribers, welcome. All the returners, welcome back. I'm enjoying the journey so far, continuing to push this content out. I hope y'all enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying creating, turning these cameras on every day and letting it rip, man. If y'all got some suggestions on what y'all want to see, more hair cutting, I got you. If it's more conversations, I got you with that too. If it's more outbound calls, if my clients are cool with that, I'm with it too, y'all. Class of Klassix Barbering Company. Stay locked in with us, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the ride, bro. Appreciate y'all.